Hello and welcome to the program, everyone. I'm Teniola Shubowale. We begin in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where we are just days away from the much-expected elections. These polls have been marred by chaos, but the Electoral Commission assures that it will hold on Sunday, December 30th, although 3 cities have been excluded. This exclusion has caused a widespread protest, the latest being an attack of the Ebola center in Beni City.
Security forces in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo fired live rounds and tear gas to scatter demonstrators who burned tires and attacked Ebola centers in protest at the exclusion from the presidential election. Spokesman for the Health Ministry says the protesters ransacked an Ebola isolation center in Beni, causing 24 patients to flee. Demonstrators also attacked the office of the government agency coordinating the response to the Ebola virus in Beni before UN peacekeepers pushed them back.
They need to get us another president who will govern this country, and if that doesn't happen, we shall create chaos starting from today until a solution is found. If it calls for us to die, then so be it.
Delays, protests, and controversies have dominated the run-up to the long-awaited presidential elections in the country, due to be held on Sunday, December 30. 2 weeks ago, a fire in Kinshasa gutted 80% of the capital's voting machine just days before the initial date set for December 23rd. On Wednesday, the Electoral Commission excluded 3 cities from the presidential polls, citing health and security concerns. The cities will only hold legislative and provincial elections.
Considering the persistence of the Ebola virus epidemic, as well as the terrorist threat hanging over this region, the elections in electoral districts of Beni City and Butembo City in the North Kivu province, as well as in Yumbi in Mandombe province, are now scheduled for March 2019.
Meanwhile, the opposition coalition is calling on citizens to hold a nationwide general strike on Friday to protest the exclusion. Speaking at a news conference, Pere Lumbi, the campaign director for Lumaka, the opposition coalition behind presidential candidate Martin Fayulu, called on the Electoral Commission to reverse their decision to cancel voting in the cities that are strongholds of opposition to outgoing President Joseph Kabila. The influential bishops' conference also rejected election postponement for the eastern cities. With 3 days to go before the vote, observers and diplomats say there are not enough polling stations. Observers are not even being accredited, and many voting materials such as ballot papers and voting machines have not yet arrived. Concerns have also been raised over the presence of SIM cards in voting machines that would enable the Electoral Commission to compile results electronically, which is against the law. The election to replace President Joseph Kabila, who has governed since replacing his assassinated father in 2001, was meant to take place in 2016, but has been repeatedly delayed.
Still in the DRC, the United Nations says more than 1 million people have been displaced by conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo in 2018. Even after civil war ended in 2003, the nation has continued to experience waves of fighting, especially in the eastern parts of the country.
More than 1 million people have been displaced by conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo in 2018. Valentin Muhindo is one of them. 52-year-old Muhindo fled his small village in North Kivu province in August 2018 when rebel groups clashed in his village.
We witnessed a lot of violence. We have seen people dying. Militia started going into houses, looting goods and cattle and beating people. And we were afraid. We fled with nothing.
He now lives in an area called Masisis, where he works as a carpenter with a few tools he managed to carry when he fled. But jobs are hard to come by, and he struggles to provide for his children. Even after civil war ended in 2003, the nation has continued to experience waves of fighting, especially in the eastern parts of the country. A number of ongoing local conflicts mean the risk of further displacement remains high and reaching the most vulnerable areas difficult.
There are thousands of displaced people who live in the camp without any prospects and who want to restart normal lives. Right now, what the UNHRC is doing is to help those returning to their homes and also to help those who can't return right now because of the security situation.
UNHCR has urged all parties to the violence to immediately cease targeting of civilians, also calling on the government to address the causes of forced displacement and to engage in seeking solutions for the victims.